Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with a review of the Haikelite MT-03 Devourer. This is a 9,000 lumen light, and it's mainly a floodlight, which means it gives you a huge amount of light at fairly close range. There you see it in hand. Now, the light is pretty large in diameter because it takes 4 batteries. It's got 3 emitters, each with its own reflector well, and it's got orange peel reflectors in those wells. Yeah, this light, it's pretty amazing. Like I said, it's strictly a flutter. Well, not strictly. It can reach out to about 200 meters, but still, it's mostly for closer range distances. Here you see it next to its brother, the Buffalo. That's the Buffalo on the left. I have reviewed that. Now, the Buffalo is only 5,000, only 5,000 lumens, but it has a lot longer range, right? Whereas the Devourer, 9,000 lumens, but shorter range. So pick your poison. Oh, there it is next to its nemesis, the Haikelite Marauder. Both of these lights are claiming 9,000 lumens. In the demo portion of the video, we're going to put these head to head. All right, so stay tuned for those results. Here you see the stats on the light, so you see the run times. Now notice it says max brightness 9,000 lumens, but then below that where it says turbo, it says 8,760 lumens. I'm not sure why they list 2 different numbers, so let's just say it's around 9,000. To turn the light on or off, you just press that side switch. Right now, if you hold that switch down, it will cycle through all the brightness levels except for the moonlight. So it'll cycle through 5 brightness levels. Right? You can also shortcut at any time to the turbo with a double tap, like so. Now, the light also has mode memory, and from off, if you long press, you can get to the hidden moonlight mode. There you go. That's an ultra low mode. So if you count that mode, it actually has 6 brightness levels. Now, as you can read in the instructions, they specify using 4 unprotected 18650 high drain batteries, and they're recommending Samsung or LG Chem. Right, now to install those batteries, you unscrew the tail cap like so. Right, and I am using flat top LG Chem batteries. This also comes with spare O-rings, that red O-ring. They give you a few extras. Now these are the same batteries I featured in my battery video. I'll include a link. These are 20 amp batteries. That's the whole secret to how it makes such brightness. Now batteries can be dangerous, so use at your own risk. Right, but yeah, LG Chem is a huge South Korean company and they make some good batteries. All right. The beginning of the outdoor demos. There it is on the driveway, middle of the night, pretty bright. Here it is on the testing board at close range, cycled through the modes, and that is the turbo. Right, so that's your around 9,000 lumens, quite bright. Here it is up in the 2nd story window overlooking the backyard, and it pretty much lights up just the entire yard. All right, and some of the neighbor's yard. That's the purpose of a floodlight. Here it is just on the road, middle of nowhere, no lights anywhere except for the light on my hand. And again, you can see the lit side switch, which is pretty cool. That will start to blink if your battery gets low. Here it is overlooking the creek, and again, it lights up the whole scene like a little miniature sunrise. You see the trees. We have got a lot of rain. The stream is running strong. Okay, now the head-to-head battle. The Devourer versus the Marauder. The first shot is going to be these on the driveway. On the left is the Devourer. On the right is the Marauder from Haikelite. So just looking at this with the naked eye, I would say they look very evenly matched. Yeah, I would say they look definitely comparable in brightness. Here are some still shots that I edited together, right? Again, the Haikelite on the left, Haikelite on the right. So you see those top two shots both at the same range on the testing board at their brightest brightness levels. They look pretty even to me. And then the lower two shots, you see them both from the second story window overlooking the backyard. And again, yeah, I mean, they look quite evenly matched. I mean, maybe give or take a few hundred lumens here or there, but pretty much even. You know, Olight is a very reputable company, so I believe Olight's stats, and if the Haikelite looks even, that gives me a lot of faith in the stats of the Haikelite too, right? Because the Haikelite is a lot less expensive than brands like Olight and Nightcore, and that is why I tested them side by side and showed that demo, because this has a pretty good price, so you would be skeptical if you did not see that, but having tested it and seen the head-to-head comparison for myself, I can honestly say, yes, this Haikelite does put out around 9,000. And it achieves that by using those high-drain batteries. Now this has a thermal step-down, so when it senses that it's getting too hot, it will decrease the brightness. And because it's a thermal step down, your turbo is going to last longer if it's colder outside, right? Like where I live, it's pretty cold at night. So that's cool that it's a thermal step down instead of like a set timed step down. Another thing I really like about this light is that the highest, brightest mode is in the main mode cycle, and you can shortcut to it with a double tap. With that Olight Marauder, you have to double tap for turbo and then double tap again for the super turbo. So I like the way this is better. It's just more simple. I don't like having to double tap twice. So yeah, I like that. Now this has no strobe, but it doesn't matter because at 9,000 lumens, if you shine that turbo mode at a perpetrator or a would-be attacker, they're just not going to know what planet they're on. So final conclusions on this light. It's impressive. It's the brightest light I own. Together with that Olight, I have nothing brighter than this. Okay, this is it for now. And it's impressive because the pricing is very reasonable, a lot less expensive than the pricey brands like Nightcore and Olight. I will include a link if you want to pick one up. I got this from GearBest.com, sent to me on request to review, and they also gave me an 18% off discount code, so I'll include that in the text description box as well. Now that code will eventually expire, so take advantage and use the links that I have provided. So yeah, I mean, it's like a miniature sun. Highly recommended if you want an ultra bright floodlight for a reasonable price. Hope you enjoyed seeing this. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.